Hello everyone, I'm Brayden, this is Gabriel, and this is Amelia. We're from the Ballarat Youth Council, and we're really passionate about the environment. So today, we're really excited to introduce to you Branching Out with a Scientist. So what's this all about?
Basically, our group will invite a couple of environmental scientists. We will have casual conversations with them focusing on different environmental topics. We will also upload the interview videos on Ballarat Youth Services pages. Feel free to follow us. So why do we want to do this project?
We believe that there is a disconnect between Australian youth and the experts regarding environmental issues. By doing this project, we hope that scientists will be able to educate and inform the youth in our community in a meaningful and entertaining way.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Branching Out with a Scientist. So before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that have looked after the land for a very long time and will do in the future, the Djadja people, and the Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. So let's get started. Today, here with me is Florry. He's a senior lecturer in the Environmental Science Department at Federation Uni. So Florry, all right, I've got a bit of an icebreaker for you. Would you rather have dinosaur arms or chicken legs?
Well, obviously the chicken legs, mate.
I'm exactly the same. I wonder, could you just share a bit about your pathway to your current career?
Good. I am, as you know, I am originally from Sri Lanka, and I studied my undergraduate, then I did my master's in tropical rainforest. I always have passionate about tropical rainforest, particularly the origin and everything. So I did my master's research in Sri Lanka. Then I wanted to explore the international vegetation, particularly flora. And I had an opportunity to do a PhD in WA, Western Australia, at Curtin University, where I did my PhD. And my PhD site is in Pilbara, which is close to Kimberley, at the Ethel Creek station, where I worked on the coolibah tree, Eucalyptus vitrix. It's a common name, it's a coolibah tree, and most of the Australians know it's the coolibah tree, but this is a different coolibah tree. Yeah. Then from there, I moved to Charters Towers, very small country town in Queensland, where I conducted a 3-year research project on invasive species. It's called Parthenium, and I worked for the Queensland government, the biosecurity. From there, I moved again to tropical rainforest in Atherton tablelands, and therefore 3 years I was teaching University of Massachusetts School for Field Studies, a Center for Rainforest Studies. I was teaching a tropical rainforest ecology. From sunny Queensland straight to Ballarat, 2002 as a postdoc. Then eventually I moved along the ladder, and within 15 or 18 years time, and I was able to reach the professorship here at Ballarat at Federation University of Australia. So I love this place, beautiful. I love teaching students, and that's my passion.
All right, so do you have any hidden talents? And is there anything that you want to learn?
Well, I don't know about the hidden talents, and I like one of my passion is it is not only do research, and I also wanted to communicate to the broader audience, and that's my passion. I thought simply teaching students, that is only we are transmitting our knowledge to the limited crowd. But I wanted to inform the community about the environment and what we do as researchers. That's also a major component. So that's one of my initiatives I conceptualized and initiated and executed last 16 years. The Biodiversity Across the Borders Conference. I started it 2004, and I have been running almost 15 years now here at Fed Uni, including 6 other universities across Victoria and New South Wales. And we get around 700 participants from the audience ranging from the land care group to the government departments and the policy makers. So the hidden talent is, I don't know, maybe a coincidence, because I wanted to transmit the research knowledge to the broader community. So I was able to conceptualize and brought in large number of institutions, the research institutions, to inform the community about what's actually happening in the university sector and how can they also be part of the conserve the environment as well. So that's my contribution, and I would rather call that a small hidden talent, I would say.
So what fact about the environment really surprised or fascinated you?
If you look at all the elements in the environment are really fascinating. How the plants grow, how the plants adapted to the range of environmental conditions, and how each and every component within that ecosystem and build into become self-sustaining ecosystem. Say example, the land care groups here in Victoria and the other parts of Australia, they have been spending huge amount of time and money coming from the different parts of organizations to restore the ecosystems. And the land care groups goes there in a degraded land and starting from scratch by removing the weeds and everything and planting it. And after that, each and every component, the birds comes in, the wallabies comes in, then the butterfly comes in, and the ecosystem goes, and the rare and small plants comes in. So as a human beings, of course, we made a huge impact, but we are also have been contributing to repair the damage we have done, and facilitating the ecosystem to build, and that's always fascinating me. It's always good to show to our students and see how these ecosystems building. Obviously, the ecosystems takes billions of years, but at least within our lifetime, we could see small contributions that we are making, and that's always fascinates me as well.
Now, if you could be any native animal, what would you be?
Well, I love kangaroos. I love kangaroos, and it's a very fascinating animal. And, I just sometimes I go there and while and just sit down and watch them. How they move and how they graze this paddock, and how they drink water, and how they stay in a group. And I love the kangaroos. That's my favorite.
Awesome. Where can people find more to learn about anything about the environment or what you specifically do, or what they can do to get involved?
As you know, these days, everything in your palm. That technically, what I'm suggesting is that everything in your laptop, computer, or iPad, and it is Google is the best part. That everybody use Google as first source, and the amount of information available these days to anyone, it's mind-boggling. But the important thing is that we need to filter and select only the key informations and build on from there as well. And obviously that they can always contact me, and obviously that if it is a local groups or land care groups or catchment management authorities or Department of or Parks Victoria or any other organizations, and they have been coming to the biodiversity conferences. And most of the information about my research, and as well as what we do in the university sector, is also available at the Fed Uni websites as well.
All right, last question to finish it off. What excites you most about the future?
I think that people always present a doom and gloom component, but I do not believe that. I think that, as I mentioned in my restoration ecology or the landscape restoration, how the land care groups prepare the land and how this ecosystem building. And as you could see, even within Ballarat, within Australia, a continental scale and global scale, people have been putting a lot of their own time and efforts to conserve the planet or any part of where they are living. Friends of nature, friends of the natural observation group, bird observatory groups, and at the same time, international level also, even at the United Nations level, they have also committed huge amount of money and global consortium to conserve the planet, and I think we have a bright future ahead of us. And one of the other things fascinating is actually all these ecological and the environmental conservation ideas are now, it is embedded in the school. Even at grade 5 and grade 6 and 7 kids, they are coming out to the and talking to the politicians and why the politicians need to help them to save the planet. So that itself, in a good sign. So I think what I would like to say is, also people paint the global warming and everything, but I can see as a lecturer in the university, we educate the people, we train them how to think positively, plus also how to contribute to the environment. So if you put all these things together from the schools and the universities and the organizations and the friends of nature groups or whoever it is, they're all contributing towards the conserve the planet. So with that itself is a good thing for us to look forward, and I think we can live happily, and also our future generation will happily as well.
Brilliant. What a beautiful way to finish our first ever episode. Thank you so much, Florry, and thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thanks, Brandon. Bye.
All right, see you everyone.